Most of you guys DM me to make a realistic UI design tutorial in this channel, so here it is. In this tutorial, we are going to replicate the home screen user interface design of Spotify with Figma. So without further delay, let's drop the intro. Before starting this video, if you guys are new here, my name is Shamrit Dudas and I'm a professional graphic designer, video editor and UI UX designer. In this channel, we talk about designing tips, tricks and tutorials. So if you are into it, then consider subscribing to my channel. Also, I have given the timestamps in the video description, so feel free to hop around the entire timeline. Alright guys, this is how the basic user interface of Figma is gonna look like when you first open it. Not exactly like this because I skipped the login part. In this tutorial, I will show the practical use cases of this software and I won't be going into the in-depth theoretical portion. So here is the home screen of Spotify app, and in this video we will be looking at how to replicate the same UI design in Figma. We will also have a look at the user experience portion of the same app in the upcoming videos. So definitely stay tuned for that. In this tutorial, we are not gonna use the same cover art for the songs because that can harm my YouTube channel in terms of copyright issues. Hence, we will be using stock photos in the place of these official cover arts. Now let's press F on the keyboard, and after pressing it, you will notice that Figma will be giving you different options for different dimensions of frame, namely some of the popular iPhones, some of the popular tablets, desktop dimensions, etc. I will be choosing an iPhone 11 Pro for the demonstration purpose in this video. So here you go, our first frame is ready. Please note that the dimension of the screen is 375 into 812, and this is not gonna be a good option if you are going to Pixelpeep. To make it usable, we have to make it at least Full HD, or in other words 1080p. For doing so, we first need to enable this constraint proportions button. If you enable this button, the dimension will change in constant proportions. Now let's make the width of the screen as 1080p. Thus, as you can see, the screen is now enlarged in a constant proportion. As you can see, the background color of the home screen is black. So we will also make the background color of the frame as black. As you can see, there is an option known as fill, which is basically set to FFF, which is basically 100% white. But I'm gonna change it to 00000. You can also press 000 once if you want, which is basically 100% black. Now if we press enter, then as you can see, the frame is now turned into black. Also in the top left corner, you can see that there is a small glimpse of a highly blurred out circle. So we will also try to replicate that portion as well. To make a circle, press O on the keyboard, and now the ellipse tool got selected. Now you just need to drag your mouse to make a random ellipse. You can always change the dimension of the ellipse later. Please note that when you hold down the shift key, you can resize the ellipse in constant proportions. But if you release the shift key, you can do it irrespective of the proportions. Now let's reposition this ellipse. With the ellipse layer being selected, you can press I on your keyboard and a small magnifying glass will pop up with the color picker tool selected, simultaneously showing you the hex code of the color which is going to be selected. Now I sample the color from the reference screenshot, and here you go. The color of the ellipse layer is now changed. But now there is one more problem. This ellipse is actually pretty hard on its edges, so we need to make it blurry. For doing so, I need to go to the effects panel, add an effect, and from the drop down menu I have to select layer blur. Just press the icon beside it to change the blur value, and let's increase it. In this case, let's make it 500. So as you can see, we have now replicated this small blur in the background, and also I will now lock this layer so that it doesn't change its position. For doing so, I just need to click the lock icon beside the layer name in the left layers panel. So now we need to replicate the text. For this tutorial, I am gonna use a font named Product Sans. You can also directly download this font from Google Fonts. Now press T on your keyboard and change the font style, just like what you do in Microsoft Word. And now you can start typing whatever you want. Now let me change the weight of the font. For this tutorial, I need to go with the bold style, and then just press escape to come out from the text editing tool. If you hit K on the keyboard, then scaling tool will be enabled and you will be able to change the size of the elements in a constant proportion, like this. Please note that when you are gonna use the V tool or the move tool for doing the same thing, then it won't do the same thing because it will resize only the text box, not the actual fonts. Now we need to replicate these small tiles over here so that it can show the recently played songs. We need to make small rectangles for it, and for doing that we need to hit R on our keyboard and then enable the rectangle tool. Please note that when you drag the elements while holding down the Alt or Option key on your keyboard, you will actually duplicate these elements. Now let's make these rectangles little larger and also increase the corner radius by 12 pixels. And now let's change the color of this layer to the particular gray shade as in the reference of this screenshot. So here you go. And now let's duplicate this layer to make it 6 in number. And now we have 6 tiles as a base for our artwork. Now let's move on to the second section, which mentions shows you might like. For doing so, let's duplicate the good morning text. For this heading text, I am using the font size at 64.63. You can actually duplicate the same text over here and you can write down whatever you want. So here I will be writing shows you might like. When you notice that the text is not fitting the box, then you can simply enlarge the box as per your requirement. Now for this section, we need to make an invisible frame to insert these channel arts or cover pictures. Just simply press F on your keyboard and drag a frame. And just turn off the layer visibility. So as you can see, the frame is now invisible. Over here we need to make the rectangles, so just press R on your keyboard and just hold down Shift and drag to make a perfect square. But as you can see, because the frame is invisible, we are facing some problems while creating the squares. So to identify the margin, we will momentarily turn on the visibility to get the job done. So let's make this tile and also duplicate it twice. You can also increase the size of the frame as per the requirement. Also, we need to increase the padding over here a little bit so that we can actually fit the song name and the artist's name down here. So now let's resize and reposition it. And here you go. Also, if you notice the reference image closely, then you will notice that there is a small amount of corner radius provided. And for doing so, we have to select all these squares together, and now we can change the corner radius value to approximately 12. And now it seems pretty fine to me. I will also duplicate the song title and the artist name, and I will drag them inside the main frame. Now the next thing that we gotta do is that we need to make this white frame as invisible, and also we need to change the color of the text to white. Let's resize and reposition it properly so that it matches the actual UI. Now here we created the final layout of shows you might like, and also your top mixes has the same layout as shows you might like. So we need to just duplicate the layout and replace the text. And thus we created the complete skeleton of the app. And thus here we created the complete skeleton of the app. Now we just need to replace the placeholder boxes with various pictures that will act as cover arts. To make the placeholder boxes, we need to press R on the keyboard, and then we need to drag a rectangle by holding down the shift key so that it makes a perfect square. Also, let's make the border radius as 12 because we don't want hard corners. And here you go. If you notice the reference image properly, then you will be able to see that in the placeholder only 2 corners are having border radius and the rest 2 corners are having sharp edges. To replicate that, we need to select the required layer and then we have to click the independent corners button. We just basically need to type in 0 in the positions where we don't want any border radius. So here you go. We are all set. We just now need to fill these placeholders with various images so that it doesn't look empty. I will also duplicate this particular tile in the rest of the placeholders. Now we need to just fill in these placeholders with various images so that it doesn't look empty. To do so, we need to download some random images from free stock photography websites like Unsplash or Pixels, and then you're good to go. I already downloaded it for the sake of saving time. So these are the photos that I selected for using them as cover arts, and also we need to just resize this so that we can actually work with them in real life. We don't want such a high quality. To fit these images, just select the required image, press Ctrl or Command C on your keyboard, and then select the required placeholder box and then just press Ctrl or Command V on your keyboard. So as you can see, this image is now over this placeholder box. We just need to select both the layers and then right click and then select Use as Mask. You can also use the keyboard shortcut if you want. Now let's resize it properly. And here you go. And now you can see the placeholder box is actually acting as a frame for the required image. We need to repeat the same steps for other images as well. We now need to add the cover images for shows you might like and your top mixes as well. So here we go. We have to repeat the same steps as before. Now we need to add the title and the artist's name over here so that it doesn't feel empty. And for doing so, I will copy the same text over here. One thing to keep in mind is that when you want to select a layer in a frame which is already inside a frame, you can not do that by just clicking in the layer. You have to press Ctrl or Command key on your keyboard and then click it in order to select that particular element. So here you go. Now I pressed Command C and now over here press Command V. Please note that when you press the command and the box brackets together on your keyboard, then you are basically changing the positioning of the layers. In other words, you are pushing the layer above or below each other. Now I will replicate the same text over the other positions as well. Now the last thing which is left to be made is the bottom navigation bar, and we also need to find the appropriate icons for these. Please note that I won't be going through the entire process of finding out the appropriate icons because this is a tedious process and time-consuming job. I will save that for another video. So these are the icons that I found suitable for our UI, and also we will simply place them in the proper positions. Also, we will try to find out these icons, and we also need to replicate them in the proper positions. So these are the icons that I found, and just I will reposition them properly. I also need to create this small blue icon over here so that we can understand that notifications are present. So here you go. Also, we need to add this small text over here, and we will just copy it from here and we will paste it in our particular frame. So here you have it. We have the complete UI design of the home screen of Spotify app. So guys, there you have it. This is how you can make simple realistic UI designs in your laptop using Figma. Also, I will show the user experience part of the app as well in my next video, so definitely stay tuned for that. Also, I will suggest you guys to watch this video over and over again and try making other screens of Spotify app as well, just for the sake of practice. So that's it for today guys. Hope you have enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe and turn on the bell icon so that you get notified whenever I upload a new video. Also, if you have any other suggestions in mind, then feel free to mention them in the comment section below. Until then, stay tuned and I hope to see you in my next video.